Once upon a time, there was a fox who was walking through a vineyard. As he walked, he saw some grapes hanging from a high branch that he wanted to eat. However, he couldn't reach them, no matter how hard he tried. Feeling frustrated, the fox decided to leave and told himself that the grapes must not be worth eating anyway, and they probably weren't ripe yet. As he walked away, he tried to convince himself that he didn't really want the grapes after all. The moral of the story is that people often convince themselves that something isn't worth having or doing when they can't have it. This is called sour grapes, which means that we disparage something we cannot have. The fox could have just accepted that he couldn't have the grapes and moved on. But instead, he convinced himself that they weren't worth having anyway. The story reminds us that it's important to be honest with ourselves about our desires and not to make excuses when we can't have something we want. In our own lives, we may come across situations where we can't have something we want, whether it's a promotion at work or a romantic relationship. It's important to be honest with ourselves about how we feel and not to try and convince ourselves that we didn't really want it anyway. The story of the fox and the grapes teaches us to accept our desires and not to give up too easily. We should always strive to achieve our goals, even if they seem out of reach at first. Who knows, with enough effort and determination, we may even be able to reach those grapes after all.